Yeah, so I remember when they came to me and they told me that I would never see out of my eye again, that I'd lost my eye. I was in the hospital after just being stabbed in the face and the neck. Yeah, I was on a night out with a group of friends. One of them got into a fight with someone that we'd never met or seen before. And I thought I was doing the right thing by jumping in and helping my friend. And the person he was fighting with pulled out a knife and stabbed me in my face and in my neck. The knife went in here, went through my eye, severed my optic nerve, shattered my cheekbone, and came out in my mouth. He then pulled it out and then stabbed me in my neck. Ran off and left me to die. Everybody started panicking, running around, because obviously there was blood flying around everywhere. Right at that moment, I just knew that I didn't want to die. The ambulance never came. Somebody who was there took me to their car. We had to walk to their car, and he drove me to the hospital. As I've got in the hospital, as you can imagine, there was people running everywhere, doctors, nurses. They took me straight into the operating theatre and started operating on me, trying to obviously save my life. The next thing I remember, I woke up in the hospital bed, alone. I knew what had happened to me, but still struggled to process what was going on. So that was the first time, well, it was the only time I've been stabbed, because since then I obviously stay away from people who carry knives. But with knives, obviously it's already had a different effect on my life before then, when I was sentenced to 7 years in prison, when I committed a knife point robbery. And the judge gave me 7 years for the crime that I committed. So I was behind bars for 3.5 years. No freedom, having to eat when I was told to eat, sleep when I was told to sleep, work where I was told to work. Didn't get to see none of my family members. My mum only visited me once because she couldn't bear to see me caged up like an animal. But ultimately I paid the price for carrying a knife. Before that, I'd had other experiences with knives where I'd lost friends who had been stabbed. One of my friends was stabbed in the heart, and he died where he laid. I can still remember that day like it was yesterday. Why did I carry a knife? Growing up where I grew up, I felt like I had to protect myself. But that just brought other problems, because then what was I going to do? Was I going to use it? If I was carrying it, I was more than likely going to use it. And not only that, I've seen where people have been carrying knives and they've had the knife taken off them and it's been used on them. One knife affects so many different lives. It's not just your life. It's not just the life of the person who gets stabbed. It's their parents, their mum, their dad, their sisters, their brothers. It's your parents, your mum, your dad, your sisters and brothers. It's the people that care about you that are affected as well. It affects so many different people. So my advice would be, don't carry a knife. If you are struggling with peer pressure, then there's places you can go. You don't have to go to the police. Yeah, don't make the same mistakes that I've made. Don't make the same mistakes that the people that I cared about have made. And it takes more of a man to walk away than it does to stand and fight. If I would have walked away that day, I'd still have an eye. So that's what I've got to say.